What's up, everyone? This is Ryuka, and today I'll be giving my thoughts and opinions on what the new Team Ninja should do next with the Dead or Alive series going forward. Now, I had to record this a few times because every time I think of Dead or Alive, I go off into a rant. For those who don't know, long story short, I was not pleased with Dead or Alive 5 in the last round. For that matter, Dead or Alive 5. And I recently got into DOA 6, and there's so many things with DOA 6 that's Dead or Alive 6. I'm gonna just simplify this, is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, and that's where I'll leave that. Um, so after platinuming and completing everything there is to do in Dead or Alive 6, not counting the maxing out the rank, which I haven't yet, but it's not impossible if I really wanted to put all the time and effort into it. But there's not enough time in a day. I'm pretty busy. Uh, when I think of how Team Ninja, the new Team Ninja that is, have handled the Dead or Alive series since Tonobu Itagaki's departure, it's as if they lost direction. And for me, it's I seen this more with Dead or Alive 6 in the sense of story. The story for Dead or Alive 6 just what I wonder why they even bothered for what it is. But with Dead or Alive 7, if Dead or Alive 7 happens, there's a few things that I would like to see. So to me, this is more like wishful thinking because I don't expect to see a lot of these things happen that I'm going to mention, but it would be nice to see these things happen. So I'm gonna mention some things here that I think can happen that's plausible. One is rollback and crossplay need to happen for Dead or Alive 7, and that's a must, especially for fighting games. In this day and age, it needs rollback, but it definitely needs crossplay, uh, for sure. Now, story. For me, I think it's time for them to just wrap up the whole Dalavan. It's being dragged on. The way Dead or Alive 6 story wise was handled was a joke. It's just time to wrap up all these loose ends and to basically focus on a new big bad. It's they're just dragging on this whole Dalavan story, which is it's become stupid. The man behind the curtain that rarely ever shows. But then you have now that I think about it, my guess if Dead or Alive 7 happens, most likely it seems like the boss, the big bad's probably going to be Helena's mom. That's my guess. Spoilers, because the way DOA 6 ends, it kind of alludes that it's possible that Helena's mom may be the big bad. I hope that doesn't turn out to be the case. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, it's like, come on, Team Ninja. Y'all could do better than that. Anyways, yeah. They need to really rework the story for Dead or Alive and wrap up a lot of loose ends and start focusing on something new. Another thing, they need to they need to redo the way they approach DLC. That's a must. I think, not that I think, the DLC practices that Team Ninja, the new Team Ninja, has done the past couple years has been horrible. It's a black eye on the Dead or Alive series. It just is now. Dead or Alive 5, the writing was on the wall. DOA 6, not only that the new Team Ninja doubled down, but they just started DLCing things left and right. It was just overall very bad. So they definitely have to rework how they're going to approach DLC, in my opinion, going into Dead or Alive 7 if it happens. And it's possible. It's very possible that Team Ninja may go and just double down again and say, well, we're going to continue our $100 season passes, which I think is completely stupid and horrible. And if they do that, they're going to lose more people than what they already lost. A lot of people have gave up on Dead or Alive, especially very early on with DOA 6. And if they continue these terrible DLC practices into Dead or Alive 7, if Dead or Alive 7 becomes a thing, forget it. It's just no one's going to just bother with the series. Another thing, this is an unpopular opinion, what I'm about to mention, because I know a lot of people ain't going to like to hear this one. But I think Team Ninja should not do Core Fighter no more. Don't stop with the Core Fighter. Dead or Alive Core Fighter is a waste of time. I believe is a waste of time and resources for them. I believe that the Dead or Alive Core Fighter is there obviously to I guess in theory to capture the whales. I guess Team Ninja was hoping that there'll be some whale out there that'll just buy everything under the sun, and maybe there were a few, but it definitely didn't make them enough money to continue pushing out their horrendous DLC practices. So to me, the Core Fighter should go away. Of course, there should be some sort of demo there for people to, if they wanted to try out Dead or Alive, there should be a demo. And I wouldn't be surprised if Dead or Alive 7 comes into existence, that they do some sort of beta testing or whatever to see how the online play and whatnot. But I feel that the Core Fighter, that whole concept should just go away. It does it because if they release a Core Fighter for Dead or Alive 7, it just shows that they're most likely going to continue these terrible DLC practices, and nothing's going to be resolved. It's just them tripling down on what's already bad. And another thing, working on the damn hitboxes. Dead or Alive 6, there's definitely something wrong with the hitboxes. There's just certain characters that for whatever reason their moves go through other characters. It sounds weird me saying that, but I've played quite a bit of Dead or Alive and at this point, and I can say that I've seen this issue with so many different matchups with characters, especially with Christie. It's crazy. When you, for instance, Li Fang. If you put Christie versus Li Fang online, for whatever reason, if you do a low sweep, when she does her 3 little kicks, it just doesn't hit her. It's like there's a visible force that just pushes you away every single time, especially on that beach stage. For those who play Dead or Alive 6, you probably know what that stage is. Overall, there's a lot of things that need to get reworked, and especially their hitboxes and whatever. There's a lot of things that need reworking. But yeah, Dead or Alive 7, it's hopefully they most likely going to fix all that. Another thing is, for me, the special button can go away. Now, for those who play DOA 6, there's a special button that does multiple things. It does a special counter, or a stun, which you could do a combo and then follow up with pressing the special button, which gets the opponent into like some sort of stun that they can't really escape. And then you can follow up with a special, or you can follow up with a chain combo, and just kind of continue from there. You can pretty much almost do a death combo if you know how to play the character you're planning to main in Dead or Alive 6. And I feel that with Dead or Alive 7, they need to just rework that whole special stuff. There has to be like a limit. I mean, however they do it, I'm just not the biggest fan of it. For me, when I think back at DOA 6, it almost comes off as if Dead or Alive 6 was confused with what kind of fighting game it was trying to be. And with Dead or Alive 7, if it comes to be, as I said before, they should just be dead or alive. That's all I'm saying. Just be dead or alive. Stop trying to be the Tekken. Stop trying to be the Street Fighter. Just be Dead or Alive. Another thing, censorship. This is something that I notice people in the Dead or Alive community seem to ignore. At least some part of it. Not everyone, but there is a part of it that just ignores it. They just kind of roll their eyes at it. Rachel in Dead or Alive 6, this is old news, but she has a Fiend costume and it was censored. Team Ninja, if you are listening to this, stop catering to people that don't buy your games. And censoring your characters isn't going to help. Because these people out there that are complaining about censorship, they censor this and censor that, they're never going to buy your game. Even if you give them what they want, they're never going to buy it. They're not going to invest in it. They most likely don't care, and they just want the attention. Okay? Twitter, I said this before, I say this again, Twitter is not reality. It's not the real world. Okay? Twitter to me is a joke. A horrible joke that has gone for too long. And I don't even want to go off on a rant about Twitter right now, but what I'm saying is, however Team Ninja is getting its negative feedback, because I'm pretty sure they have received a lot of it, some of that criticism is genuine, but there's a lot of it that isn't genuine. And Team Ninja has to understand that. Now, I can talk for myself. I would prefer Dead or Alive, it being Dead or Alive. If you know what I'm saying. I don't like Dead or Alive being censored. I don't, because that's not what Dead or Alive is. Dead or Alive is meant to be edgy. Dead or Alive is that sex, rock and roll kind of game. All right? Some people may not like that. And if you don't, I've always said this. Don't buy it. If you don't like the game, don't buy it. Dead or Alive isn't for everyone. The same way Tekken isn't for everyone. The same way Soul Calibur isn't for everyone. Oh my gosh. I can't count how many times I've seen people bitch about Ivy when it comes to Soul Calibur. Ivy doesn't bother me. It's a fictional character. It's not real life. I even seen people complain about Nightmare. Nightmare. It's ridiculous. Anyways, Team Ninja just don't censor your game, even if it's to esports or whatever. Because you know mainstream. Look, if tournaments don't want to run your game, that's their loss. They're the ones losing money. Because for those who don't know, if you go into a tournament, especially a locals, you have to pay admission, right? You have to pay to enter, right? It's rare, especially in this day and age, that I see that you go to a local and you don't pay. You know, now locals is like local tournaments, right? You go, you put like 30 bucks, 20 bucks, whatever, depending on how many people show up. Now, if you go into like a bigger tournament, let's say like an Evo or something like that, prices vary. But if those tournaments and those organizers don't want to include your game, then most likely weren't going to include it either way. But censoring it is not going to help. It's not going to help Dead or Alive. It's actually going to hurt it. So to me, I think with Dead or Alive 7, just be Dead or Alive. That's all I'm saying. And if people don't like it, well then, hey, it is what it is. Another thing, now that I think about Dead or Alive, is ranks, online ranks. They have to work on the ranking system with Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive 6, your rank carries over to every single character. And that can kind of be a bad thing because, you know, I can't speak for everyone, but I'm good with a few characters, not with every single character. And when I want to go online and just, you know, maybe start with a new character, I prefer to start with a new rank. But in this case, with Dead or Alive, that's just not the case. Your rank carries over to whichever character. So for Dead or Alive 7, there should be, you know, if you start a new character, you know, get a new rank for that character. And then so on. And not have your rank carry over to every single character, because I think that's just, yeah, that's not a good thing. Yeah. So besides that, Um, and also characters and costumes, right? To me, obviously, this kind of falls back on DLC thing. I do believe they have to re-strategize how they do DLC, but cut back on the costumes. And also, to me, when I think of costumes, especially when it comes to Dead or Alive, have the costumes make sense. Stop giving all the characters ninja costumes. It makes no sense. It makes no damn sense. I don't care what anyone says out there. It's stupid that Zack has a ninja costume. That's not Zack. All right. Zack is a weirdo. It's no secret. All right. He always does weird shit. Okay. The same go. If Kasume is a ninja, it makes sense for her to have a ninja costume, or for her to have a variety of costumes. But the lack of male costumes and the lack of personality in these costumes is astonishing. Like people, it just seems like people ignore that. There's no personality anymore with these costumes. Everybody got a Santa costume. Everybody got a ninja costume. It makes no sense. Marie Rose. It just doesn't make sense that these characters there's certain characters that have these costumes. It just doesn't make sense. Dead or Alive 6, for instance, Bayman barely has anything. Anything at all. Bayman has more costumes in previous DOA games than what he ever had in Dead or Alive 6. Ryu Hayabusa. I mean, he, he has tons of costumes, but in Dead or Alive 6, the lack of costumes is crazy. Oh. And when I say lack, he has costumes, but it's nothing like it's nothing good. There's just no personality to these things. Now, characters, right? With Dead or Alive 7, what I think how should they approach characters? They look, you got Ryu Hayabusa, obviously Ninja Gaiden's happening in the same world of Dead or Alive. Why in the hell there aren't other ninjas? Why isn't there people from the Spider Clan? Now look, I get it. Spider Clan's been annihilated or whatever in the Dead or Alive series, and not excuse me, not Dead or Alive series. I have to correct myself. The Ninja Gaiden series, in theory, that is. But there should be other ninjas. I mean, Ryu he's a walking target, right? So it would make sense for other ninjas to be entering the tournament to go after this man. Why isn't that the case? Oh, Hayate. It's just Hayate, the wind ninja. Like, come on. It's crazy to me how Dead or Alive 6 has such a big opportunity to add Yanbei from Ninja Gaiden Z. They could have added, I get that Ninja Gaiden Z wasn't a good game, but they could have had at least cycled those characters, recycled them into the Dead or Alive series. And they could have made, obviously, redid the character and the mechanics or whatever, and obviously implemented him into the Dead or Alive series as him trying to get revenge on Ryu, because obviously that's most of his story in Ninja Gaiden Z. There's characters that they can take, and they just haven't. I mean, there's characters they could take from Ninja Gaiden and just implement them into Dead or Alive. I mean, technically they did that. Rachel, Mamuji, or whatever. I mean, there's characters, but where's the other ninjas? That's all I'm saying. Like the Ninja Gaiden verse, it wouldn't make sense to see other ninjas in the tournament trying to get after Ryu. And the lack of male characters as well in Dead or Alive, it just it baffles me. I get that there's a lot of female characters in Dead or Alive, but it'd be good to see more male characters too, to have a balance, because it really looks uneven when it comes to Dead or Alive right now. So with Dead or Alive 7, there should be a balanced character roster, and surprise people. You throw in some fiends, throw in some monsters. It's something. It's Raidu, half mechanical Raidu. Like, add Yanbei. All right, Dead or Alive 7, Yanbei. New Team Ninja, I know you can make it work. Um, but yes, there's things with Dead or Alive that need work, and if DOA 7 becomes a thing, um, the team it could be Team Ninja's opportunity to just fix so many wrongs. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Dead or Alive 7 comes out, and of course there'll be something wrong with it. What fighting game doesn't have problems now these days? But Team Ninja, like, they need to try to get the redemption arc, man, because right now it's Dead or Alive is looking dead. In my opinion, it's just looking dead, and it's almost as if they lost direction where the series is going. You know, whatever it's story wise or the way they have handled things with the Dead or Alive series lately with 5 and 6, the signs are there. It's like they just don't know what to do with the series. It would be nice to see Tonobu Itagaki come back, in my opinion, to fix this mess that the team has made that's currently there, that has made with Dead or Alive 5 and 6. But that doesn't seem to be the case. But anyways, for Dead or Alive in its future in the air, if Dead or Alive 7 happens, there's a lot of room for improvement. There really is. And I think Team Ninja, at least the new Team Ninja that's there, and whoever they put at the helm next, they should at least take some of the constructive criticism and just improve the series. Listen to your fans. Not everyone is wrong about all the criticism that's out there. You know, Dead or Alive needs work. And for me, you know, after playing Dead or Alive 6 and whatnot, clearly there's still a passion there. I mean, the game looks good. Dead or Alive 6 looks great. But with Dead or Alive 7, now I feel that Team Ninja can clearly, if Dead or Alive 7 that happens, that is, I feel like Team Ninja can clearly improve on a lot of things. But at the end of the day, time will tell, right? I mean, who knows? If Koei Tecmo decides to come down with the hammer and say, no, you're going to continue the same things that you did, that y'all did in the previous 2 games, which is 5 and 6, then I just, it's going to be history repeating itself with Dead or Alive again, and it's just going to drop off again, and people are just going to stop playing it very early on and whatnot. I enjoyed the Dead or Alive series, even though I've been critical of it, and I want to see the series succeed. I really do. But I just feel that Team Ninja really needs to put in the work. They really need to reevaluate how they approach Dead or Alive going forward. And they need to like sit there and really think how they're gonna approach the series going forward. But anyways, that's pretty much the end of this video. See where the future goes with the series and how things unfold. So if you're new to my channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated. Also, drop a comment down below and let me know how y'all feel about Dead or Alive. What y'all think Team Ninja, the new Team Ninja, should do. What they should do with the series going forward, that is. Also, share the video. That'd be appreciated. You know, go share it. You know, have more eyes on this. That's appreciated. Anyways, if you enjoy the content on my channel, of course, feel free to hit that subscribe button. And if not, well, thanks for giving my channel a shot. Anyways, as always, this is Ryuta here saying thanks for watching. And until next time, everyone, sayonara.